This is really insane. A surprising update has recently been released by the Shiba Inu development team. Theft of a large quantity of Shiba Inu tokens has been reported. Yup, it was taken. And in the middle of it all lies Coinbase. Everyone in the cryptocurrency industry is rushing to try to figure out what happened when the notice went out. Money bags are being inspected. The internet is going ballistic. However, that is just partially accurate, because experts are very worried about more than just the theft. With around 11 trillion Shiba tokens in circulation, Shiba Inu is at a very precarious technical point in its history. A little drop in price aside, the true question on everyone's mind is if this is the beginning of Shiba Inu's next big move. Will things become worse from here? The facts should be presented first. The developers of Shiba Inu sent a public warning to Coinbase earlier today. Very worrisome, very clear, and very urgent was the warning. A large quantity of Shiba tokens were stolen from the site according to their findings. This wasn't a little hiccup or questionable transaction. Lots of tokens just disappeared from people's accounts. This happened in real life. A wave of terror washed across the town as soon as it got out. All around, holders were making sure their wallets were secure. Speculation was rife. Images of what seemed to be phishing emails and other fraudulent communications began to circulate. A full-blown crisis seemed to be happening right now. Nevertheless, a surprising turn of events ensued. As a matter of fact, the Shiba Inu community just became louder as a result of the widespread panic. Things became more lively. The internet went into a frenzy, but it wasn't all bad. Memes, jokes, and messages of faith and strength abound. The locals seemed to be aware that something else was going on behind the scenes. Maybe they're absolutely correct. Analysts started looking at the broader picture as the turmoil at Coinbase unfolded. Those 11 trillion SHIB tokens that are the center of attention right now? There's more to that than meets the eye. All things considered, the tokens are on a very high technological level. A range of prices that has significant historical significance. Not long ago, the renowned Shiba Inu rally began in the same zone, and the token's value quadrupled in a few days. Moreover, SHIB has returned to the scene. The warning indicators are beginning to ring a bell. Feels very comfortable. This key level was recently rebroken by Shiba Inus, according to one analyst. Not merely softly, but with a clean touch on support, respect for the trendline, and the beginnings of a reversal. As long as the market continues to view that zone as valid, traders will keep an eye out for moves like that bounce. A higher low is forming and volume is rising, suggesting that the present structure may be about to undergo a bullish change. That's subtle. All is calm, yet it exists. There has been another development that is even more indicative, and it has occurred while the technological picture is changing. People are quite interested. The quantity of open contracts in a market is known as open interest. Furthermore, there are currently around 11 trillion SH tokens in open positions. Large traders are putting their money on the line. They're placing their bets on the arrival of a major event. Plus, they're doing it immediately following a dive. Do not be afraid. It's a strong belief. A large chunk of this open interest is focused on the exchange known for its high activity at breakthrough occasions, Gate.io. At this time, almost 50% of all open contracts based on SHIB are held by that exchange. Their actual money is backing trillions of tokens. Plus, they have company. Identical spikes in trade activity have been observed on other exchanges. This is pervasive, not isolated. All around the market, traders are restocking. They're leaning in, not backing down. Why has there been a resurgence of interest? A number of things have come together. At first, smart money was able to get in on the action because of the dip. Additionally, the Coinbase article sparked fresh interest. Finally, thirdly, Shiba Inu is subtly constructing one of the most compelling cases for a breakout it has witnessed in months, going unnoticed amidst all the mayhem. Security, though, is the component that few are discussing. Coincident with the release of the stolen token alert, a malicious phishing scheme also began making the rounds. Emails posing as communications from Coinbase were delivering phishing scams to SHIB holders. The senders of these emails threatened to lock their recipients out of their cryptocurrency unless they verified their accounts. All of the messages used the official Coinbase logo. It had a polished look. It was intentional for the phrase to cause fear. It seemed authentic. It has the desired effect. It worked for a few. The Caesarium Chibarium TrustWatch community account, which focuses on Shiba Inu security, responded quickly. Users were cautioned to remain vigilant, not divulge their seed phrase, and to report any questionable messages promptly through the provided notifications. Along with the development team, holders were reminded of the fundamental safety regulations and urged to exercise caution. Before taking any action, make sure with official sources, never enter your keys or passwords, and never click on strange URLs. A lot of lives might have been spared if everyone had pulled together. And here we find the ecosystem strength is most evident in Shiba Inus, because it's a thriving community that looks out for each other, not simply a group of programmers making decentralized applications or tools. Someone is continually keeping an eye on things and reacting, whether it's technological advances, pricing movement, or dangers like scams. What distinguishes this from any other token is the level of trust and structure it provides. It's the secret ingredient that makes it last. Regarding durability, this may have major consequences in the future. Marx, a technical analyst, has been keeping a careful eye on the Shiba Inu chart and has seen that it is building a classic inverted head and shoulders pattern. This one is massive for individuals who don't pay close attention to chart trends. As a rule, it heralds the start of a fresh bullish phase after a protracted decline. This pattern will continue for quite some time. Construction began in 2022, and now halfway through the year 2025, it's nearly finished. The last barrier to entry is the neckline, which Shiba must overcome. The present price is less than half of the technical target. When you add it to the increasing activity in wallets, the appearance of more unique addresses, and the reactivation of inactive wallets, you can begin to make sense of what is happening. All this retail nonsense isn't even close to it. There is mounting pressure occurring in the background. It is building momentum subtly until it bursts into something the market can't ignore. Plus, Tiberium is on the rise. Over 1.2 billion transactions have been processed on the Layer 2 chain. To put it simply, that is useful. Genuine interest. Craftspeople constructing on it. More than 260 million distinct IP addresses have engaged with the chain thus far. Adoption is proven by such figures. They demonstrate the project's vitality, activity, and growth. When you put it all together, the image becomes clear. The area was shaken by a big security incident. Anxieties ensued. The community, however, remained intact. Its fortunes turned. No analysts were involved. They bet twice. No one left the market. They crammed in. The prospect of a huge breakout is now more than just a wishful thinking as the technical pattern keeps shaping up and on-chain measures show growth. It's a very genuine possibility supported by evidence. The future has a great deal of mystery. Although one thing is guaranteed, you should not turn away at this moment. Perhaps this is the first step towards something truly extraordinary. How do you see this whole thing? Post your thoughts below. Watch one of the videos on the screen to get a head start on what's coming up next. Because at this moment, missing out could mean missing something huge. Make sure you turn on notifications so you never miss another critical Shiba Inu update. Help spread the word by sharing this video with everyone you know. We can build a stronger community if more people make an effort to keep informed. Prepare for an epic development. I hope we don't miss it.